Okay, this look is the 1920s era hair and makeup. Makeup had changed dramatically in this era. It was a lot more dramatic. It was the era of the flapper. So what we're going to start with a moisturised primed face. They were still very pale, but their makeup was a lot thicker and a lot more dramatic all over. So what we're going to do is go in with a wedge sponge. So we've still picked a foundation that's lighter than Mel's skin tone. So we can build the foundation up in layers. Makeup in this era was a lot more accepted. It's a lot more, it was more of a statement. Back of it. Go right around the nose. So I'm actually going to work some of the foundation into the eyebrows too. Because we're going to make the eyebrows were a lot more dramatic. So you can actually block out the brows for this look if you would like. This time we're not going to, we're just going to exaggerate them slightly. Sure you fade the colour off into the hairline, and you want to bring it down the neck so it blends out. Okay, just make sure I've got coverage on the other side. I'm just going to have to use a bit more foundation. Blend it out. So you want to go a little bit over the lips too, because we're going to change the shape of the lips with this look. Work some of the foundation into the brows. So remember the foundation was quite thick, so you can work up the layers. Just gently stippling. nice pale coverage. Up a little bit. Nice and pale. That. We want to put a little bit of powder on, not too much, just enough to mat out the base so it's not overly shiny. It's going over the eyelids, set those. Have it. Just like that. Got a little bit on the nose I'm going to fix. Okay, so I just have a nice blank canvas to work from. Now the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to start with the eyes because they're quite dramatic. So I've got I'm going to be using greys and blacks because I had very big open smoky eyes, very round. Sometimes the flapper girls wore blue and green eyeshadow, but grey and black were very common. So you want to be careful with this one. I'm going to just stand in front of you for a second. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start with the grey. I'm going to use my puff on my fingers so I don't lean too much on the foundation, and I'm going to use a cotton round. This just helps you lift the brow so you've got more control over where the shadow is going. So I'm just using a soft fluffy brush because I want to make those really round. So I brought the eyeshadow quite high. You can bring that right up into the crease. Make sure that's blended. So we're just starting with the grey first. Onto the other eye, patting it on so we don't get that fallout, which can happen if we've got too much pigment on our brush. It's very noticeable with the darker colours. So we want to bring that quite high to the crease. What we're trying to do is create a very large rounded eye. with the black. Now, you want to be very sparing with the black for obvious reasons. So we just want to get the black and we want to work that into the crease. And just very gently using the very end of my brush, bringing that around. So we're almost making like a C shape with the black. Bring that around to the lash line as well. Bring it right into the nose. So I just want to get the placement and then we can blend it out. Just doing the same on this side. So bring it into the crease and around like a C. Around to the lash line. We want to bring it in right into the nose. Because this is quite dark, this look, I'm going to use a clean blending brush and I'm going to come in and just blend this black a little. Just turn your face this way. Gonna blend it into that grey. On the other side. Okay, so now we're going to start building a bit of intensity with a bit more black. So bring it right into the crease and around again. In. Making sure to blend a bit more on this side into the crease. Little circles. Making sure it's blended in. Like so. What we need to do is we want to go underneath. So I'm going to use a very little brush. I'm going to use my black shadow and I'm going to get my model to look up for me, and you want to go underneath the lash line. You can smoke it out as you go, so just working that in. And look over that way for me. Yep. Bringing that right in. Very dramatic. Just look up for me. Yep. Blending it down. So the smaller brush you have a lot more control over as well. So they're good for the underneath. Okay. You want to do the other one? Look up, please. So if you get this happening when you've got a little bit of a grey haze there, you can fix that up with a bit of concealer, which we'll do. And I want to smoke that down. Blending. There we go. Keep that control. So the aim is to try and keep that round, the round eye shape. Okay, open for me. Go. Yeah. Okay, then what we're going to do is add more black with an eyeliner pencil, so a black eyeliner. Okay, close. Now for this one, I'm going to really pull the brow up. Now it doesn't matter if it's a bit smudgy, because that's the look that we're going for. So I'm really just dabbing with the eyeliner. Just need a line, and then we're going to smudge it. Just little dabs like that. And I'm going to use the same little brush that I was using earlier. I'm just going to smudge out that liner. Open. So just make sure you're checking as you go. Okay, now we're going to pop on some mascara, but before we do that, just need to curl your lashes. So these were around in the 20s. So when you're curling lashes, it's easier if you're side onto your model. Get them to look low. And you want to make sure you don't get any skin. So that's why it's easier to look from the side. You want to bring out, curl the lashes, and the other side, do it that way. Just be careful not to, just look up a little bit. Yep. To get the skin. Pressing just like that. Okay, so with the eyelashes, they like them very dark, very black, a lot of mascara. So we're going to go heavy with the lashes. Coating my wand as much as possible. Okay, turn this way. Get your model to look down. And wiggle the mascara through. So you want to try and get them as covered as you can, So we want lift and separation, so like a fan-like effect. If you wiggle your brush, it gets the mascara in a lot deeper. Just tiny little wiggles. Okay, now look up please. So they wore it on the bottom lashes as well. So you want to take your time. Really coating the lashes. Okay, we've got one. I like to use one mascara wand each side, especially when you need quite a lot of mascara on each eye. Okay, so with the brows, using a dark brow powder. So we want a rounded, and then we're extending. So what they did was they came right down, very exaggerated. So right down. So I'm just going to define these a little bit more. So it's almost cartoon character like. Doing the same. Stand that way. Do the same with this one. So keeping them high. High and bring them right down. Just keep checking your sides, make sure they're symmetrical as possible. Back over the powder. Keeping them very thin. Just like that. So another defining part of this makeup is they actually exaggerated the lips. So they use like dark reds and plum colours. So we're going to use a liner because the shape is quite defined. So what they did was actually shorten the lips and they exaggerated the Cupid's bow. So what we're going to do is start. So they actually made it quite pointy. You make like a little M shape. I find it's easier to do. And then you don't want to go all the way out to the edge of the lips. You want to keep the lips small. Just like so. And the bottom lip, you want to keep that shortened as well. And I like to colour in the whole lips with my pencil first. Give yourself a base. Just like so with the lips. And then we're going to go in with a lipstick. So I can find my lip brush. Here it is. So I'm going to use a dark plummy colour to go over the top. So very dramatic. Have the lips. Okay, and that is a 1920s makeup look. So you have a very pale matte base, not too much powder though, very natural blended cheeks, very round smoky eyes, very exaggerated curved eyebrows, and we have a Cupid's bow lip. Now we're doing 1920s hairstyle to go with our 1920s makeup look. So we want to complete, a full character. So this style that we're going to do was quite popular in the 20s. In the 20s, the hair was kept quite short, so bobs were very popular. Obviously, we can't cut Mel's hair off to make a bob, but so we're going to do a fake bob or a faux bob. So another very popular thing to do with hair in the 20s was called finger waves. Get like a nice wave through the front. So we're going to do that today. Now in the 20s, what they did was a very deep side part. So we want to try and get very clean with the end of our tail comb. So the parts went back quite far, right back to the crown. So I want to try and keep that over that side. Straighten out. Okay, so I want to keep that hair down there. Get that nice and flat. Then what we want to do is I want to take the back section and we're going to use that. So we want to part the hair this way. So around the back of the ears here. You see that there? Just like that. Just going to take a little bit more of that hair there. Okay, just like that. Just want to keep that away. And then the same on this side. Take it all the way down the back of the head to behind the ear. I want to keep that away from there. So then we're going to use our clips because we don't want to use that side yet. Clip that away. And we can clip this part away as well. So we're going to work with the back of the hair first in this one. Let's keep that out of the way. Okay, now the back here. Just want to comb that out. Now, because we're going to make a fake bob, we need something to anchor the hair to. So we're going to make the anchor with the back of the hair. So all we're going to do is flat the back. Doesn't really have to be neat because you're not going to see it anyway. This is just to create a spot that we can pin the rest of the hair to. So we don't want it to come out too far either. Quick plait. Then what we're going to do is just curl that up on itself. And then we're going to pin underneath. And might want to put another one in for good measure. Okay, there you go. So I've got that base happening now. Okay, so with the hair, we're going to keep it in 2 pieces. Just going to comb this out. And then we're going to section this into 2. A little bit too much. So we're going to part that again. Okay, that's good. So I want to keep those parts clean as always. going to pin this section out of the way because we don't need that yet. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of heat protecting spray on this. Brush it through and comb it through. Now with this section here, this is how we're going to make the finger waves. So we have to make sure that we're curling in the right direction. So one section of this side all has to go one way, and then the top section will be curled the other way. So that's going to create the S curve. Otherwise it won't work. If we're curling it the wrong direction, it will not work. Okay, so this section under here we're going to curl away from the face. So we're going to section these. So we're going to do, so it's quite important to get clean parts in here. So then the curls are going to work well. My conical curler here. We're going to curl around, try and keep the curler facing down. I want to try and get as close to the scalp as possible without burning. Okay, and come out like that. So we'll be able to do 3 sections here. Do another section. Through here. Curling away from the face like we did the other one. I want to roll that up as close as we can go. And release that. And this part here. This part head back that way. Yep. Curling away from the face again. Turning for a few seconds. Then releasing. Okay. And got that section done. Now the trick is we want to section this top part the same as we've done here. So they have to be in line with each other. This is why we try and get this a clean part there. Okay, just going to put some spray on this. Comb through. Okay, so to get these you might need to use comb. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so we want to try and keep these smooth. So for these ones I'm going to use, it's just a spray, a gel spray, or you can use a mousse, or even just hairspray, like a bit of hairspray, it's fine. Smoothing those out. Okay, so this side, we want to go the other way with our curls, so I'm gonna lose that. Okay, these cords aren't very long. Okay, this side, because we've gone that way, away from the face, we're going to go towards the face with this one. So we're curling towards the face. This one take a little bit long because there's a bit more hair there. So that's a good one. Next part of the hair. Okay, make sure they're lining up. Trying to get the part as clean as possible. Put some gel through that. And as before, we're going the same direction. Curling as close to the scalp without burning. A nice curl there. And the last one on this side. Spray gel. I'll work that through. And again, want to curl towards the face, this one. There. So before we do the other side of the hair, what we're going to do is we're actually going to work on the finger waves on this side because we need to let them set. So once that one's cooled down a bit, I'm just going to get our comb. And we're going to comb out these curls. That's the back of it. Yep. Comb them out. then we have to do a little bit of manipulating with the hands. So you can already see it's like a curvy shape happening here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to spray a little bit of hairspray. Through there. And what we want to do is get our, you're going to need some sectioning clips. What we want to do, so where the waves are happening is where you want to put your clips. So I'm going to put another one there. Hold that in. Going to manipulate this section a little. Put another clip in here. Keep that out of the way there. A little bit more hairspray. Cool. So with these bits under here, we want to pin those up like we did with the other ones into our little anchor in here. Like that. And this one, put this one under here as well. Okay, now with this here, actually take these out now. Okay, it should have something that sits like that. So I want to keep those together. What we can do, we can still, just the very ends, back comb those a little. Just like that, and we can do the same with this side, so we just want to pin up a little bit. Oh. Same here. Let's go up into our anchor bun. We'll put another one up there as well. So what you can do, you can either leave this little bit out or you can tuck that under as well. So what we're going to do is tuck that under because I I like the look of that better. Just going to tease that a little. So back home a little bit. So bring out the volume a bit more. And I'm just going to pin that up a little. Okay. So now you can spread that with a bit of hairspray to keep it in place. And I've got some shine spray here as well. Just like that. So because the 20s styles were quite tight, so I'm just going to smooth these out a little bit. Yeah. Stick it down a little tad. Okay, and there we have a 1920s faux bob and makeup look.